I wanted to talk a little bit more about romance scam checks. This scammer sent me a check for $19,500, which is enough to make anybody get greedy. And he wanted me to deposit it for him and then send him cash back. It's one of the oldest scams in the book, but you really need to look out for it because the high dollar amount, 19,000, almost $20,000, will make you throw caution to the wind and get greedy. Here's a close up to the check made to me, $19,500 drawn on a Wells Fargo bank in Florida, which incidentally is out of state. I'm in Oregon. So he sent the check to me priority mail, which kind of gets your attention right there. But once I had received the check via the tracking number, he started leaning on me right away to deposit it through the ATM or through a phone app. And I told him I was going to take it into the branch. And he didn't like that idea at all. He's like, no, no, just deposit it through the ATM. And he made a big deal about that. He did not want me to take the check into the bank. And it turns out there was a reason why. The check was fraudulent. So naturally, I did take it into my branch and asked to talk to the branch manager. And I said, I got this check sent to me. And he said, where did you get it from? And do you know this person? And I said, well, to be honest, no, I don't know this person. I've never met him, but he's lending it to me to get me over some tight financial times. And the guy looked at the check and he showed it to several other cashiers who handle checks more often than he does as branch manager. And he came back and told me the check was fraudulent. And not only was the check fraudulent, he refused the deposit. How many banks do you know of that won't take your deposit? And I have an established relationship with Chase. I've banked with them for 5 years. He told me he couldn't accept the deposit. And he told me I could get in a lot of trouble for trying to deposit a fraudulent check. And he basically told me if I tried to circumvent his rejection of the deposit, either by using an ATM or a phone app, that they would call the cops. And if they called the cops and got me involved with processing or attempting to process a fraudulent check, I would have been in big, big trouble. And I didn't even know that was a consideration. But if you handle somebody else's bad check, you're setting yourself up for criminal prosecution and all kinds of other things. So I did not know that. So I just wanted to warn about that.